Okay. So having said that, so we'll move to this part also we have seen in the last class. So now there is a measure is called the external measure. Okay. So can you see the slide here? Can you see the slide carefully? Clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here is we learn from example. Okay. So there are two measures. One is called entropy, another is purity. Okay. So let us understand this table first. So if you read the table, so in row wise, so on the header part there is something called cluster. Okay. And if you move on the row side, column side, there is something called entertainment, financial, foreign, metro, national, sports, and so on. And then two measures entropy and purity. So now thing is that in the beginning of this cluster validity class, what we said ki there are two measures. One is called internal measures, another is called external. External measure as if it was the classification data, and you remove the class level, so that that converted a data set without class level. Okay, and then we apply the clustering approach on that data. So therefore unsupervised learning is applied and you get the results. So that results is nothing but the clusters, and then we give some names, say cluster 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And because we run the k-mean clustering approach and we know there are 6 classes because it was a data set. So we remove the class level. So we know that there are 6 classes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So therefore we have the 6 class and we have the 6 classes, 6 classes and 6 clusters. So, but it is not necessary that number of clusters and the number of classes will be always same. So you can keep number of cluster obviously more than the number of classes. It is not very wise to keep the number of cluster is less than the number of classes, because number of classes you got means you have concrete information about the data. Okay, so therefore you should keep the number of cluster is always more than number of classes. Okay, so having said that, what do you do it? Ki, now we got the results of the cluster. In the first cluster, there are, see, number of points is 3 plus 5 plus 4, 5 plus 40 plus 506 plus 96 plus 27. Total number of points. Among this set of points, we identify what are the class level. If you have the, so from the original data before removing we this data was the classification data or training data. So now after obtaining the cluster without the classification level, what we do it in within a cluster we identify what are the points and they belongs to which classes. So therefore we identified the 3 points. 3 points belongs to entertainment class, 5 points belongs to financial, 40 points belongs to foreign. Foreign is these are the classes of the news. So this is actually Los Angeles document data set. So these are the documents related to the different type of news. As you see the Google News, also they categorize the news into different categories, different classes. Okay. So this is entertainment, financial, foreign. These are the news information. So we cluster, we got this information. Similarly, in second cluster, we got there are 4 news belong to entertainment, 7 news article belongs to financial, 280 news belongs to foreign category, 29 belong to local metro city related information, and similarly 2 articles belongs to the sports news. Okay, so we got this one. So our results is something like that. If you read what is called, if you read the row wise. Okay, so row wise if you read the data, so that will give you the cluster. And if you see how many total number of entertainment articles are there, you read the column wise. So that is the actually level data. Okay, so this is total level data. Okay, so total number of articles and everything is, so if you add it here you will get it. Okay, so this is the information we have. Now we want to evaluate the clustering results using two measures. One is called entropy. So what is entropy? For each cluster, we need to compute the entropy. For each cluster means this is a cluster number 1, all row elements. Okay. So for each cluster, you find the class distribution of the data is calculated fast. Class distribution of data means how many news article belongs to which category. So that is you identify somehow. Okay, because you knew the class level. Okay. So for cluster J, we compute Pij. Pij is nothing but the probability that a member of cluster J belong to class I as follows. What is that? Total number of object in class in a cluster. Okay, that is mj. Mj is the number of values or number of news article in cluster J. So therefore, how do you get it? If you add this all article on row wise. And then what is mij? Out of this one, how many belongs to which categories? So therefore, mij is the number of article of class I and that belongs to cluster J. So that is mij. So therefore, for Pij, J means cluster 1 and Pi means a class level 1, it will be 3 by if you add this total number of news article. Similarly, you find for the Pij for the second class, that is financial, 5 divided by the all summation and so on. Okay. Then using this class distribution, the entropy of each cluster is calculated using the standard formula. As we have learned many times, that is the entropy formula, that is Pij of log Pij. So Pij is nothing but for this cluster. So it will be 3 by total number of sum into log of 3 by total number of sum, and you need to do for within a class for the within a cluster for each classes. There are two things. One is clusters here, another these are the thing. Okay, so these are the thing here, entertainment, financial, and so on. These are the basically the classes. So therefore, you compute the entropy for the first class, first cluster. Similarly, you compute the entropy for the second cluster and so on, third cluster, fourth, fifth, and sixth cluster. Once you computed the entropy for each cluster, then now you take the weighted sum of this entropy. So here we go. We have the number of cluster 6. So number of cluster is 6. And then you take the weighted sum of the entropy. Ej is nothing but the entropy of each cluster. And then you take the weighted sum. How do you take the weighted sum? M is the total number of sample. And out of this number of sample, how many samples belong to cluster 1? So that give you the cluster I, and that will give you the total entropy value. Okay. So as you know that if in a class, whenever we studied in decision tree, so entropy value less indicate that data are more homogeneous. Similarly, in a cluster, also if the entropy value is least, that indicates that that cluster is best one. Okay. So similar line of entropy, we can also compute something called the purity. Okay. So purity is something that within a class we have to find you take the probability which dominate in the particular cluster. So using the same terminology derived from the entropy, the purity of a cluster J is given by the purity of cluster J. Purity J is nothing but max Pij. So this is quite same as we computed the error rate in case of the decision tree. Okay, so error rate will be the maximum of the all error. So that will be the error rate. Similarly here, purity is like here you compute the what do you compute the Pij for within a cluster. So you compute the Pij for this class, you compute the Pij for this class, and then you take the maximum one. That means if you compare with the classification algorithm, so class level will be identified. If there are mixture of classes, then you what do? We count the number of objects belongs to majority of the pattern belongs to which classes. So that will be the class level of the terminal node. Similarly here within a cluster we'll see that which class basically dominates in a cluster, and that will give you the PIG, and that is something called purity. And then do it for computing purity across the classes as clusters. What you do it, you take the weighted sum of the purity value. So you compute the purity for each cluster and you take the weighted sum. So MI is nothing but the same way, number of objects belongs to cluster I divided by total number of object. Okay. So here obviously the purity is like more is good for the purity value. That clustering results is more much better if, and it is based when the purity value is the maximum. So it is opposite to the entropy. So entropy least value indicate the best cluster. Okay. So now if you see the results, just I want to say one thing. See here. In cluster 3, if you see the entertainment is 1, financial is 1, and metro is 7, is 4. So in that case actually, so total 671 is the total sports news. Okay. So here actually if you find, so there are only one news belongs to entertainment. Okay. So therefore it is perfectly fine, this cluster perfectly fine that there is only one news belong to entertainment. So therefore this cluster has the least entropy and maximum purity. Okay. So that is the way one compute the, what is called is the cluster validity using the external index. As you understand, getting the external information is really difficult, but whenever you have this external information to validate the clustering result, one can use this external information. So this is the end of the cluster validation. So if you have any question over it, I'll be very happy to answer. No question?
Can you please zoom it?
Yes, yes.
Please zoom it.
Which one?
So the slide, this particular slide.
This one, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You got it? Or I need to zoom more?
A bit more.
I think that's all.
It's much bigger. Nice.
Yeah. First you understand entropy, maybe I can show you the purity later. Okay. So where is exactly, where do you have doubt? Instead of reading, you ask question that will be good for all and you, including you.
Sir, these external measures can only be used when the class labels are given and in no
Yeah,
other
yeah.
way.
If class level is available, then only you can use. Otherwise, you cannot use. And next week, actually, I will take the exam. Okay. Any day I can take exam. Okay. Syllabus is whole. Whatever I covered from the beginning, all will be included in the syllabus. So if you don't have question, then I can move. Okay. So we'll start a new topic. Okay, is something called association rule binding. Okay. So in the beginning classes, most probably I said what is association and so on. Okay. So that background is sufficient to start today's class because today we will start from the beginning itself. Okay. So what I do will do it. I will run the video. So I am here to answer any if you have any doubt. Okay. So this chapter is also a very what is called is not very high-fi. So hopefully you will understand each concept here. Okay. Okay, I have to share, right? So today we will talk about. Now I can stop the recording, okay, because recording is already there, so I can stop it.